What up, y'all? What up? It's your girl, Coach K. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be short and sweet. But before I even get started, because I definitely got some things that I want to talk about, all right? Because I am really just tired. Okay. So let me just say that. But before I get started, make sure you subscribe to the Upgraded MindsetZ YouTube channel because one, you're going to catch these raw and uncut episodes like this here. Two, you get access to the Woman's Hustle, Thrills and Spills of Entrepreneurship podcast. You get access to Empowering Real Talk podcast. You get access to full blown live streams that I might do at any given point in time. All right. Definitely make sure you have subscribed. And I also want you to share this with a friend because it's definitely something that we all need to hear right now. All right. So let me just say this. I know as I record this, we just, had the presidential election. And we know that there have been some things that have pretty much rocked the country to its core, right? And I normally don't even talk about politics, and I'm really not going to talk about it a lot here right now, but I wouldn't be right if I didn't address it because where I'm going with what I'm going to talk about, a lot of people are experiencing that, and it is our mental well-being. A lot of people are not okay right now, okay? And I know that. Um am I okay? I'm okay, but I have to stay diligent in being okay. So let me just be transparent, y'all. Before 2020, I struggled with a lot of mental health issues. But you know why a lot of people did not know about it? It's because I suppressed that. I did not talk about those things. And in the Black community, we don't talk about it enough, right? And I understand why people feel like, they can't because you don't feel like you're going to get support. People say you're crazy. There's so many negative stigmas surrounding mental illness, mental health disorders, mental well-being, and I have been advocating to change those things over the last 4 years. But the one thing that I do is do it my way, right? So, I felt the need to talk about this because there is like a lot of blurred lines because when I talk about mental well-being and advocating for that, a lot of times advocating means you have to speak up. So this video is my way of speaking up for myself, but also speaking up for others who are afraid to, who may feel like that their voice is not going to be heard. I'm going to be your voice right here, right now. Okay. So let me talk about an instance that really prompted this video. So I have, as y'all know, I am a life coach. I'm a business coach. I have been working with women since 2020. For one, figure out life's purpose for themselves, and two, step into that unapologetically. And there are so many things that are involved in making that happen. So, as a coach, I work with women to set goals. I work with us to first identify what our purpose is. We do a lot of purpose planning. There's just so many things involved. What I am not is a therapist, okay? And I know the difference between the two. I know there are a lot of coaches that really cross those lines. I am not one of them, all right? If I feel like at any point in time, anybody that I talk to needs therapeutic intervention, I'm going to recommend it. And I also have the resources to recommend to them because I am that serious about us breaking that stigma, okay? But the reason why I want to talk about this is because people come to me all the time. And this one instance just kind of circled around me prompting to do this video. And it was about how somebody is testing a gangster. Okay. Now, testing the gangster in English terms basically means people keep bad mouthing them. People keep, assassinating their character. People keep trying to, have negative things to say, spreading lies, rumors, all kinds of stuff, right? And I know that we have built this mindset of, oh, just be the bigger person, don't speak on it, don't say nothing. I'm not that person. And I'm going to explain why I'm not that person. When you tell somebody to not speak on their emotions and how they're feeling, you are telling them that they don't have a voice. When you are telling somebody, oh, that's not for you to handle, and we all know I am a believer. I love God so much. Okay. And I know I don't do nothing without him. All right. But let me tell y'all something. What God has also instilled in me is the confidence to speak up. Because a lot of times we go to, oh, God gonna handle them. They gonna get their karma. I'm not worried about karma. I'm worried about advocating for myself. And advocating for myself means speaking up. If people believe things is one thing, but I'm not speaking up and advocating for myself because I'm worried about what somebody believes. I'm speaking up and advocating for myself because that is a part of me making sure that my mental well-being is intact. We will literally hold things in sometimes until it's too late. I've seen it, I've done it. 2020 was that critical year for me where I held things in too long and almost lost myself. Better read about it in From Havoc to Healing, 30 Days of Reconditioning. Available on Amazon and Audible, baby. Had to make sure I let y'all know that. But what I have realized on this journey and why I talk about mindset and why I teach about mindset shifts is because our old way of thinking is why we struggle so much. We struggle with figuring out life's purpose. We struggle with really being happy. We struggle with having a sense of fulfillment. And it's because we are operating in old, outdated beliefs. And those old, outdated beliefs are you thinking that you should not speak up and advocate for yourself. I'm going to speak up and advocate for myself. And everybody say, oh, just be the bigger person. Listen, in y'all definition, I'm not the bigger person. And I don't want to be the bigger person because being the bigger person causes anxiety. Being the bigger person causes people to stress more than they need to. Really stepping in and setting new boundaries for yourself and advocating for yourself is not all roses and golden brick roads, okay? It is going to have some friction and some static, especially when there are people who have benefited from you holding your emotions in, suppressing what you want to say. Now, I know everybody ain't going to agree with what it is that I'm talking about, but that's okay because I have the confidence to speak anyway. Because if this video impacts one person to be able to speak up and say they were able to because of what they heard in this video, baby, that's going to always be a win for me. Okay? But I'm over the outdated belief system of us not speaking our truth. I'm over us not setting boundaries. I'm over us thinking that it's cool for people to continuously test our gangster. Mm-mm. If you ask any of my clients, past, present, they will tell you, oh, Keisha makes sure we advocate for ourselves. Keisha makes sure that we speak on things because when they come to me and say a situation may have happened, that caused them to, feel like that they were not being heard. Hey, we're going to talk about that. Hey, let's get into that. And if it's something that as a coach I can assist with for the future, I am there. But if it's something that revolves around the past and things like that, we're going to get some therapeutic intervention involved. And I'm going to be their number one supporter as they allow that to happen for themselves. We got to break free. And there's a lot of things that we have been programmed and socially stigmatized to allow. And I advocate for that every day to change those things. So if you are someone that feels like you don't have a voice, if you feel like you are someone that can't speak because of the environments that you are around or the people that you associate with, I'm here to tell you it's time for you to speak up. If you know people out here bad mouthing you and you know people out here talking crazy and acting like you ain't that person, it's okay to speak up. Nope, we're not choosing violence. Okay. But you speaking up and addressing situations is not you wanting to cause drama or being havoc. It is you validating your emotions. And that's what you're supposed to do. It ain't supposed to be pretty for the person that you're talking to. It's supposed to be for you. I want you to understand how important it is that you are your number one priority. I want you to be diligent in figuring out what life's purpose is for you. There are so many of us who leave this earth without even knowing what we wanted to do in life. I have talked to so many women who be like, oh, I never was able to do this because of my kids or my family or my this. We stop that today. So let me be the person to remind you, speak up for you, advocate for you. You are your number one advocate. All right. I'm not even going to rant anymore, but I will tell you, if you need to talk to somebody, I am here. If you need to figure out how you can voice yourself, I am here. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel here. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Follow me on all social media platforms. Listen, y'all, we are advocating and taking our power back one way or another. And that's going to involve you speaking up. All right. Hey, ain't nobody got no power over us except that man right there and us inside. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Comment, send me a message, shoot an email, do what you do. But make sure you advocate for you. All right. I'll holla back, y'all.